My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of the 2019 The Lady and the Tramp. And look, I'm going to be honest, but I've never really cared for the original Lady and the Tramp all too much. Like, that spaghetti scene is iconic, and the animation is very nice, but it's not a movie I ever go back to. And the fact that they were turning that movie into a live action remake just seemed like a stupid decision to make. So, my expectations were rock bottom for this movie. But I gotta be honest, I'm kind of surprised that I actually enjoyed it. Now, it's still not great, it's not anything special, but it's far more enjoyable than you might think. So, let's begin by talking about the cast. And Tessa Thompson, I thought, did a pretty good job. She brought enough personality to her character, and she is very convincing. And Justin Theroux did a pretty good job as well. He brought enough to his character, and he did everything he needed to incredibly well. And I do think these two actors had plenty of chemistry, like, especially when you keep in mind the fact that they are voicing dogs falling in love, but they pulled it off. Kelsey Clemens, I thought, did a pretty decent job. She's not in the movie much, and Thomas Mann did a pretty fine job as well. It's just weird seeing him go from movies like Project X and Me or and The Dying Girl to a movie like this. I don't know, I think the guy might have more range than given credit for, but he does a fine job. Yvette Nicole Brown, aka Shirley from Community, did a pretty decent job. Adrian Martinez as the villain was really good. Having this constant antagonistic force was something that I think this movie needed. Sam Elliott was perfectly cast as his character, and he did a decent job. And Ashley Jensen does a fine job, and everybody else I didn't mention did a fine job. The cast is not great, but they brought enough to this movie. And the story is very simple, but I just think it's well told. You know, this movie can be sweet, it can be charming, it can be romantic, and there's even some nice emotion by the end of the movie. It has low ambitions, but it pulls it off well needed. And I do like how these characters do have depths behind them. What they want out of life and why they want that. It kind of reminds me of Toy Story 2 in some ways, but that dynamic really worked for this movie, and I gotta admit, by the time the movie ended, it warmed up my cold, dead heart. So, the movie did its job. Now, is this going to be a movie I rewatch often? No, probably not. Am I going to be thinking about this movie tomorrow? No, probably not. But I still think it did a good enough job. I will say though that my biggest issue with this movie is the fact that it looks kinda ugly. Like the colors, the way it's shot. I wish there was a better visual filmmaker behind this movie. But for what it is, I enjoyed this movie. It's far better than I was expecting, so I'm giving the 2019 The Lady and the Tramp a 6 out of 10. I honestly expected to hate this movie. But I didn't, and I have to be honest. So, anyways, the 2019 Lady and the Tramp. Is it Lady and the Tramp, or is it The Lady and the Tramp? Anyways, your thoughts, comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin out.